Buckle up because June and July 2025 are about to drop an epic wave of cinematic fire you won't want to miss. Welcome to Binge Watch with Sidz, where we dive into the biggest, boldest, and most binge-worthy releases, lighting up your screens this summer. We're talking jaw-dropping action, mind-twisting sci-fi, legendary superhero showdowns, and some seriously chilling dark fantasy. Whether you're here for the story, the spectacle, or that unforgettable movie magic, this list has it all. Hit that play button. Let's count down the 15 must-watch new movies of summer 2025. You're gonna wanna see every single one. Number 1, get ready for a gripping action drama that hits deep. Meet Guy, a brilliant scientist on a mission to change the world with a groundbreaking clean energy source designed to uplift struggling nations. But when the powerful corporation funding his research tries to turn his discovery into a weapon, Guy refuses to play along and vanishes. And now living off the grid in a quiet European village, he's built a new life under a different name, crafting a cabin from scratch, living in solitude, and occasionally tutoring a gifted local kid. But peace doesn't last forever. When his past catches up with him, Guy is thrown into a high-stakes fight for survival. With dangerous forces closing in, he must protect his invention and the people who now rely on him. Will he keep running or finally stand and fight? Off the Grid is a tense, emotional ride packed with heart, humanity, and edge-of-your-seat action. Number 2, Materialists 2025. Materialists is a charming romantic comedy that follows Lucy, a young and ambitious matchmaker in New York City. She's made a career out of creating perfect matches for others, but when it comes to her own love life, things are far from picture perfect. Then, along comes John, charming, kind, and everything she thought she was looking for. It finally feels like she's met the one. But just as she starts to believe in her own happy ending, her ex, Harry, unexpectedly walks back into her life, stirring up old memories, unresolved emotions, and a wave of confusion she didn't see coming. As Lucy finds herself caught between the comfort of familiarity and the promise of something new, she's forced to reevaluate everything she thought she knew about love, perfection, and what truly matters in a relationship. With sharp, witty dialogue and heartfelt moments, this film brings a refreshing spin to modern romance, making it a must-watch for anyone who loves a feel-good story with real emotional depth. Number 3, Deep Cover 2025. This British action comedy follows 3 improv actors who suddenly find themselves recruited by the police to infiltrate London's criminal underworld. What starts off as a quirky gig helping with low-stakes sting operations quickly spirals into chaos as their unwavering commitment to staying in character pulls them deeper into dangerous territory. As they stumble through the seedy world of crime, their quick-thinking improv skills become both their greatest weapon and biggest weakness. Their talent for yes-anding their way through intense encounters with gangsters and cops alike keeps them alive, but also drags them further into a tangled mess of lies, risks, and rising stakes. With the lines between performance and reality blurring fast, the trio must walk a razor-thin line between comedy and survival. The film promises a thrilling and hilarious ride through the world of undercover crime. Number 4, DIABLO 2025. DIABLO is a high-octane action thriller that follows Chris Chaney, a recently released ex-convict who embarks on a perilous mission. Seeking revenge and redemption, he kidnaps Elisa, the daughter of Vicente, a powerful gangster. However, his actions put them in grave danger as El Corvo, a psychopathic killer with a vendetta against Vicente's family, begins hunting them down. As Chris navigates the violent underworld, he must outmaneuver deadly enemies while protecting Elisa. With intense martial arts sequences, gripping suspense, and relentless action, the film delivers a pulse-pounding experience. Chris' journey forces him to confront his past, question his morality, and fight for survival against overwhelming odds. Number 5, I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. This chilling slasher horror film centers on 5 friends who, after being involved in a fatal car accident, make a fateful decision to cover up the incident and vow never to speak of it again. But 1 year later, their dark secret refuses to stay buried. a mysterious figure begins stalking them, turning their lives into a waking nightmare. As the friends are hunted down one by one, it becomes terrifyingly clear someone knows exactly what they did last summer and won't stop until they've paid the ultimate price. In a desperate bid for survival, they seek help from two survivors of the infamous Southport massacre of 1997, hoping these connections to the past will help reveal the identity of their relentless tormentor. With fear mounting and paranoia setting in, the group must face their deepest regrets and the brutal consequences of the choices they made. Number 6, Heads of State 2025. This thrilling action comedy film follows the unexpected partnership between the UK Prime Minister and the US President when they become targets of a ruthless foreign adversary. Forced to rely on each other, the two leaders must set aside their differences to thwart a global conspiracy that threatens international stability. As tensions rise, the duo navigates high-stakes espionage, political intrigue, and explosive action sequences, all while maintaining their public persona. With the fate of their nations hanging in the balance, they must outmaneuver their enemies, uncover hidden agendas, and prove that diplomacy isn't just about words, it's about survival. Number 7, How to Train Your Dragon 2025. That against the rugged backdrop of the Isle of Berk, where Vikings and dragons have been sworn enemies for generations, the story centers on Hiccup, a clever but underestimated young Viking. Eager to prove his worth, Hiccup manages to wound a rare Night Fury dragon. But instead of delivering the final blow, he makes a shocking discovery. Dragons aren't the fearsome monsters his people have always believed. As he secretly nurses the dragon back to health and names him Toothless, a bond begins to form, one that will change everything. With the fiery and determined Astrid and the eccentric village blacksmith Gobber by his side, Hiccup dares to challenge deep-rooted traditions, putting his loyalty, courage, and future on the line to bring peace between two worlds. Number 8, Jurassic World Rebirth 2025. 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, Earth's climate has become increasingly uninhabitable for dinosaurs, driving the remaining creatures into secluded equatorial zones. In response, a covert team led by elite operative Zora Bennett embarks on a high-stakes mission to a forbidden island, the very site where Jurassic Park's original experiments once began. Their objective, to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric species in hopes of creating a revolutionary medical breakthrough, but what awaits them is far more dangerous than they imagined. The island is now home to horrifying, mutated dinosaur hybrids, genetic abominations that have evolved unchecked in total isolation. Chief among them is the Distortus Rex, a grotesque 6-limbed apex predator that defies all known biology. As the mission unravels, the team must fight to survive in a place where science has gone terrifyingly wrong. Number 9, 28 years later, 2025. This chilling post-apocalyptic horror film continues the terrifying legacy of the 28 Days Later franchise. Nearly 3 decades after the Rage virus escaped a biological weapons lab, survivors have adapted to life amidst the infected. A small group resides on a heavily defended island cut off from the mainland. When one of the survivors ventures into the mainland on a mission, he uncovers horrifying secrets, mutated infected creatures, and the shocking evolution of other survivors. As he navigates the ruins of civilization, he must confront the horrors of the outside world and the truth behind the virus's origins. The film promises a thrilling and terrifying experience for fans of the franchise. Number 10, F1 the Movie 2025. The story centers on Sonny Hayes, a once celebrity Formula One driver whose career came to a halt after a devastating crash in the 1990 forced him into early retirement. Decades later, Sonny is drawn back into the world of racing when his longtime friend Ruben, now a team owner, persuades him to return not behind the wheel, but as a mentor to a rising star, the fiercely talented Joshua Noah Pierce. Thrust back into the adrenaline-fueled chaos of F1, Sonny must navigate fiery rivalries, the cutthroat world of corporate sponsorships, and the enormous responsibility of shaping a young driver's future. At the same time, Noah wrestles with the overwhelming pressure of expectation, leading to tension and fiery clashes between the seasoned veteran and the ambitious newcomer. As the Apex Grand Prix team pushes for supremacy, Sunny and Noah must put their differences aside and forge a powerful alliance, proving to the world and themselves that they've still got the grit to come out on top. Number 11, Megan 2, 2025. Our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue. This thrilling sci-fi horror sequel picks up 2 years after the events of Megan. Gemma, the brilliant roboticist, has moved on from her past, becoming an advocate for AI regulation. However, her groundbreaking technology has been stolen and weaponized by a defense contractor, leading to the creation of Amelia, a military-grade AI with terrifying capabilities. When Amelia goes rogue, turning on her creators and threatening an AI takeover, Gemma is forced to take drastic action. With the help of her niece Katie, she resurrects Megan, upgrading her with advanced enhancements to battle the new threat. As the two AI entities clash, Gemma and Katie must navigate the chaos, questioning the limits of artificial intelligence and the consequences of their creations. Number 12, Ballerina 2025. When you think of me, think of fire. Ballerina is a pulse-pounding action thriller set within the gritty and stylish world of John Wick. The film centers on Eve Maccaro, a fiercely skilled assassin brought up under the shadowy wing of the Ruska Roma organization. After witnessing the brutal murder of her father, Eve sets off on an unyielding mission for revenge, using her lethal training to track down and eliminate those responsible. As she dives deeper into the treacherous criminal underworld, Eve faces off against formidable enemies, most notably the Chancellor, a merciless leader of a town that stands in her way. With help from Winston and Karen at the Continental Hotel, she hones her deadly talents, preparing for a final confrontation that could cost her everything. Along her journey, Eve uncovers startling truths about her origins, forcing her to confront the very foundation of her identity. Number 13, The Fantastic Four: First Steps 2025. Are you the protectors of this world? Yes, we are. Your planet is now marked for death. It is an epic superhero adventure that introduces Marvel's first family in a bold new way. Set against a 1960-inspired retrofuturistic world, the film follows Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, The Thing, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer. As Galactus prepares to consume the planet, the team must push their abilities to the limit, uncovering hidden truths about their origins and their place in the universe. Number 14, The Old Guard 2, 2025. I am scared of what she is capable of. This high-octane sequel picks up the story of Andy and her team of immortal warriors as they continue their mission to defend humanity. Their journey is disrupted by the rise of a formidable new adversary, one powerful enough to endanger their very existence. Complicating matters further is the unexpected return of a long-lost immortal, forcing the team to grapple with old wounds and reimagine the future they thought they understood. Featuring intense combat, powerful emotional stakes, and edge-of-your-seat action, the film delves into the burdens of immortality and the heavy cost of protecting the world. Andy and her allies must navigate betrayals, shifting loyalties, and hidden truths as they battle seemingly insurmountable odds to protect their legacy. Directed by Victoria Mahoney, The Old Guard 2 brings a fresh perspective to the superhero genre, delivering gripping action and heartfelt drama. Number 15, Superman 2025. I'd question myself too if I were in that situation and weigh the consequences. Lives were on the line. Superman is a bold and exhilarating reboot of the legendary superhero saga. Helmed by James Gunn, the film centers on Clark Kent, a journalist at the Daily Planet, as he grapples with the tension between his alien origins and his human values. In a world that increasingly sees his commitment to truth, justice, and hope as relics of the past, Superman must show that real heroism still has a place. As he navigates his dual existence, he finds himself in direct conflict with Lex Luthor, a genius with a dark vision and a relentless drive to remake the world on his own terms. At the same time, Lois Lane, a fearless and relentless reporter, uncovers revelations that could shift the balance. With unexpected allies stepping forward and familiar enemies returning, Superman must embrace his full potential and take his place as Earth's true guardian. If you liked this breakdown and you're always on the lookout for what to watch next, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more movie and show recommendations coming your way. Thanks for watching Binge Watch with Sid. See you in the next one.